Hello. Did you know that there are free courses available that will train you and certify you to get a career in IT? We'll talk to the leaders behind this program and explain how you can get enrolled. And there are thousands of hospital jobs available in and around Pittsburgh. We'll show you a new apprenticeship initiative that could lead to careers in healthcare. Plus, a Pittsburgh bakery owner is the local winner of the Heinz Black Kitchen Initiative. He's here to talk about his journey from New York to Trinidad to South Africa to Pittsburgh entrepreneur. So pull up a chair and meet us at the corner. Intersection starts right now. Hello, I'm Lisa Smith, the Director of Community Impact at KDKA Plus and the host of Intersections. Well, there are lots of courses that you can take to get IT training, but the Urban League of Greater Pittsburgh now has a technology academy, and it offers certification training that can be used to break into the IT field. And the training is free. Here to tell us all about the program are Carlos T. Carter. He is the president and CEO of the Urban League of Greater Pittsburgh. Winford Craig, the Urban League's Director of Information Technology and STEM programs, and one of the program participants hoping to break into the tech field, Wendell Hall. Welcome to Intersections, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. Well, first of all, Carlos, tell us a little bit about how this whole technology program got started and what is the objective to having something like this?
Well, it got started, I've only been in leadership for 2 years, so I think quite a few years, 2 or 3 years before my getting here. Winfred, correct me if that's right or wrong. And so I think it's just important because we realize the importance of getting more black people and people of color and women into tech industry. We think that, a lot of times, disproportionately in Pittsburgh, you see a lot of black people in service, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but lower paying jobs. This is a way of connecting people to the jobs of the now and the future. Because if our folks aren't ready for that, they'll be left behind. And so we really want to address poverty and put people in living and thriving wage opportunities. And this is a great space for us to be in. And so we want to be part of that.
So, Winfred, tell me a little bit about the tech sector here in Pittsburgh and how it is really growing and how minorities can be a part of it.
Yes, the tech sector is growing because we well know that Pittsburgh has been designated as a new Silicon Valley. So therefore it's growing, but the racial disparity between and the digital divide is still there. So our job is, as the Urban League, we want to, and we have done, going into the disadvantaged communities and teaching them or giving them encouragement, and most of all, which I think is extremely important, is to making them aware of what technology is and the value of learning technology. So I think the awareness is extremely important because when I talk and speak and attend different community functions, they have no idea the vast amount of job opportunities for generational prosperity, which is extremely important.
Yeah. So, Wendell, share with us a little bit about what is attracting you to the IT field.
Tech has always been something I've been fascinated with. I guess it took me a little bit of time to kind of fully and 100% pursue it, but it's something that I've always been fascinated with. I actually have an associate's degree in information technology that I obtained 10 years ago, but I guess now, I decided that this was the appropriate time to actually, pursue it 100%.
Yeah. So you're in this program?
Yes.
Tell me about the experience. I mean, what's it like?
Oh, it's fantastic. It provides you all the fundamental tools to make sure that, so you can actually obtain that particular certifications and the additional certifications that the Urban League provides too as well. And they all provide the fundamentals that can definitely lead you to success into the tech industry.
Yeah. So, Winfred, tell us a little bit about how it's constructed. Like, what can people learn through this program?
We strategically created this program because we realized that individuals in the disenfranchised communities, really, a lot of them did not have the infrastructure to learn and become part of the technology world. So we started off with a beginners, or not a beginners, but a intro program, which is called CompTIA A+ certification, which you learn the basic skill sets. And then, and that and the CompTIA will give you an earnable wage of $40,000 to $50,000. And then we moved them up to Cisco CCNA as the certified network specialist. And that program, they can start off at 50, 60,000. And now we also offer the Microsoft fundamentals, cybersecurity fundamentals, which now you're getting into the 70, 80,000. So we have a base program that gives them the foundational structure so they can understand computerizations, internet access, IP configurations, and things like that. Then they can just move on, more certification, more dollars, more self-sufficiency.
Yeah. And you talk about that self-sufficiency, and Carlos, you know, there's always a lot of talk about how do we keep the talent here? Are programs like this really beneficial in terms of keeping talent here in Pittsburgh?
I think it can be if, you know, business community works with us and be open, because there's a lot of bias in the community, right? We find that people say they can't find black people and brown people in the tech field, but that's not true. A lot of people are there, but we have to make sure we create those opportunities and create that space. I think also it's important that they see more mentors as well, but we have to create spaces and really create pathways for this talent to excel. The talent's right there to be developed and hired. We just have to open our eyes.
Yeah. And then the other thing about this is it's free, which is obviously
Yes.
a huge draw.
Yes.
How are you guys able to offer it?
Well, thanks to Comcast is a big funder, and Google, we're able to do this, and we've exceeded a lot of our outcomes, so it looks like we're going to be funded again. So we're excited about that.
Yeah. So the courses have been going on. How can people kind of get signed up, or when's the next course starting, or?
Well, our course right now is ongoing. We have 3 courses that is presently in progress. The second one, the fourth one is starting in January, which is the Internet Cybersecurity Fundamentals. But you can go onto our website. There are links for the application process. You fill the information out, and then we'll either accept or we'll give you some information of when it starts. And then you receive a welcome package directly from your application when you hit I accept.
Yeah.
So.
And then are there some basic qualifications or requirements for people to be able to get into the program, or some limits on how many you can take?
No, there's no, the basic requirements, we ask if you have no computer experience as far as technology, we ask that you consider taking the A+ certification first. And that could, because that gives you a foundation structure. And one thing that the Urban League has done, since we are working with our inner city communities and disenfranchised communities, we also built in some additional components. We built in supporting the Pennsylvania education anchors, math, science, language, you know, writing skills. We always built those in because we know some of those skill sets are lacking. And we want, and that's what we learned by working with our clientele in those communities. So that is the reason I think our numbers, like Carlos has stated, that we exceeded our numbers massively, because we recognize the need and then we adjust our program to fit those needs.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a great program,
Yes.
and something that's really needed here.
I agree.
Well, thank you both, or all of you, all 3 of you, for being with us today, and hopefully we'll, you know, reconnect and hear a little bit more about what's happening next and how this is going.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you,
Thanks for having
appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks again. And coming up, more job opportunities and training in the medical field. Intersections. We'll be right back.